Well, good evening. This is Susan for SLC Aquatics coming to you live from the fish room. I don't know if it's buffering or not. It looks like my Wi-Fi signal is low and I'm not even on Wi-Fi. I'm hardwired, so undoubtedly there is some internet issues going on in my area. Can you all see me and hear me? Sound check and video check. Maybe I'll turn my Wi-Fi off on my phone. Maybe that'll help. Don't know. You're good. Jimmy P says, hey, Petsotics. Hey, Skull. Hey, Skulls Aquatics, Petsotics, and Jimmy P's Aquariums. Welcome to the live stream. Thank you very much. Yeah, the Wi-Fi bars went away, so I guess I'm stable now. But welcome, and I hope I can stay the full hour. I'm very, very tired, but I'm so excited. I ordered some shrimp from Grant at the Garden of Eder, and Ed's picking up cichlids, is checking to see what he has for me. And Lobster Lab, I guess, is new. Hello and welcome to the live stream. Lobster Lab, and you're in Austin, Texas. And I was watching Rico and Paul Soltero on his Focus On. I was enjoying learning a little bit more about Paul, and I'm excited. In the fish room here, I have finally some surviving fry from my albino bristlenose plecos, and looks like a dozen of them. And then inside the cave, looks like another 2 dozen in the cave. Hey, John Oliver's Guppies and Aquatics. Welcome to the live stream. I hope everyone's doing well and staying healthy. Yep, had a little congestion this morning, but when I take my zinc, it usually clears up. And congratulations to your son, John, on the awards that he received and his award ceremony. I know you're very, very proud of him. So, what's going on in the fish room besides shrimp? I got some fiery rids, neocardinia shrimp coming probably tomorrow or the next day. And I've got spawning activity going on in the blue-eyed lemon pleco cave again. And my friend Max, one of my customers who's bought from me, he says they must like the barometric pressure right now because his plecos are doing the same thing. And I'm going to turn around, so excuse my back. And the male is in a cave. And a female is in the cave, but they're not in the same cave. You're welcome, John. Very proud of him. This little 10-gallon over here, I've been checking TDS, and I wanted to put shrimp in that. So if I get another 50% water change done tomorrow, it may bring the TDS down in the 200 to 300s. And I was looking where neocardinia really like 100 to 400 TDS. And that did have my Corydoras in it, but now the 20 long houses all of my Corydoras, and it's over my shoulder right here. And that TDS, alarmingly, was 9 947 something TDS, and I did another 50% water change and brought it down to 550. So if I do another water change, I should be able to bring it back down within the 150 to 350 range. Hey, Oscar, only Oscars. Welcome to the live stream talking about TDS meter readings. Of course, we know that TDS is short for total dissolved solids within the water column. And of course, if you look on the web, it talks to you about drinking quality of the TDS. But all of my aquariums, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 aquariums going now. Hey, Cassie B, how you doing? Love you, love you. And I haven't done any other water chemistry testing. I have my freshwater master test kit by API that I need to go around and do some water chemistry. I also bought the GH and the KH test, and I want to use them. And I don't know if they're down here or upstairs. I have to look for them again. But over the weekend, I worked really hard on water changes and such because I've been neglecting my fish room. I guess mainly because I lost interest for a while, and I would just come in here and top water off and feed them every few days. Hey, Big Tank Hank, how you doing? Good to have you in the house tonight. June is here. Since I got a rack for the test tubes, I've been using it more. Oh, Darlene at Darlene's Tanks bought me one of the racks, and that's really nice. Yeah, that plastic rack. Let me see if I can get to it without knocking stuff over. Now, this came from Dr. Tim's Foods Beneficial or something like that. And that's what I put my Repashy in. And let me see. Darlene's Tanks bought me one of these test tube racks, and it's really nice. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 tubes, so I could do a water test for every aquarium, and it does go a lot faster. But I've got some of Fluval's Bug Bites shrimp formula. So and Grant's going to also send me some, I think, snowflakes to feed them. Gotta go, Oscars. Bye, everyone. Okay, thanks for stopping in. Thanks for the like. Hope to catch you next time. If you haven't signed up to receive the newsletter, you can do so here. Thank you, Diego. I haven't gotten any articles, so there hasn't been a newsletter that went out this month. I would like to do a bi-monthly newsletter, but nobody's sent me anything yet. So if you want to send me an article or short story or a link to a video or something, here's my email on the screen, slc-aquatics@gmail.com. Send your short stories, your articles. Just make sure it's not copywritten, and send it on, and I'll start working on a newsletter. This is how you can support the Amazon Research Center for Ornamental Fishes in Peru, Dr. Anthony and his wife Renee. Let's see. It's more than a river. Not sure if that link is current, but you can check out their Facebook page right here. Facebook.com, Amazon Research Center. And I'll try, Susan. I'm currently making part 3 this week for my anoxic sit-up. Okay. I've got to go in and catch up with catch up on your videos. Talking to okay. I understand. We all get busy in our families and our daily lives. And just before the live stream, I had to go out and work on the hydroponic or aquaponic filter on the pond because it got dislodged from the pump and it was no longer pumping water. So I had to recut a hose and remeasure it and reconnect it and refill it, and it's running back again. So there's been nothing but little things that happen all the time. And I saw over on Science Gal's video where they flooded the fish room by a leak in the water pipes. So bless their hearts. It can be quite adventurous in our hobby sometimes. So my baby plecos, I've got them scattered out into 2 aquariums right now, and they're almost old enough. I'm going to give them another month before I start selling a package of them, and I'll probably sell a package of 5 for $25. And individually, they're about an inch long, so there'll be $7.50 a pleco. And I still would like to sell locally and not be shipping anything, but I'll see how it goes with these shrimp when they come in. If I get these shrimp and there's no fatalities, I may consider shipping again. Cassie says, are you shipping? You had mentioned you only did local sales before. Yeah, I'd prefer doing local sales, and I do have a customer that will drive up to buy some plecos, but she's not going to buy me out. I've got 3 drops of plecos, of the blue-eyed lemon plecos, and they look like albinos, but they have blue eyes. They don't have the red eye. And then I have discovered in my albino bushy nose plecos that I do have wigglers. There are probably about 2 or 3 dozen, and that's if the dad doesn't eat them or squish them. And let's see if I can get close enough to the tank to see them. You know, the lighting's not going to be that good, but you can see them on the glass. There's one here, one here, one here, one there, one there. There's several up here at the top. And inside this cave, well, let me get my name off the screen. Takes a few seconds to do this, sorry. In this cave right here, the male, he's been there for months. And the female, she was over here on the side, but she stays under this piece of wood or under this piece of wood. So I'm excited. Here's my marble angel. And I have a Platy Molly hybrid, and I have 4 glass bloodfin tetras. Hey Melvin, how we doing? Welcome to the live stream. Brother from another mother. So this is the 29, and in my last video I talked about I'm in the market for a light because this is one of those clip-on lights that it's doing fair, but I'd like to have a light that goes across the top, and I'm still using the curved polycarbonate lids, which do fine. They're not airtight, and the time that I bought them 6 years ago and made lids was probably $20 an 8-foot sheet. Diego says 25% your entire order on any order and every order until the end of the month at petsonics.com. Use promo code slc-aquatics-25. Thank you, Diego. Yes, go over and visit petsonics.com. He has all of your pets' needs: aquatic, reptile, small mammals, birds, toys, foods, chemicals, aquatic maintenance, and water chemical, all kinds of things. So Petsonics is your place to shop. I even like some of the hides that the reptiles have, but you'll have to weight them down, I think, some of them, for your aquarium. Jimmy P, how are you doing? This Planet Aquarium, the water wisteria has kind of been eaten by the plecos and the snails. So I've been catching a lot of the snails and trying to remove them. And I took my floating media filter out because it got dislodged. The airline got dislodged. Yeah, these little plecos look so cute. They're cleaning the glass. And let's get a little closer to the 25. I'm moving my waterproof mat out of the way. Hold on to your horses, guys. All right, I'm going to get out of the way. And this is the 25, where they were this female pleco. These are the blue-eyed lemon plecos. She was spawning with the male, who happens to be right there. We've got 2 or 3 drops, because here's a small one on the glass. And there's another small one. That's the second drop. And then here's a female in the corner. Here's a female laying on top of some snails. There's a female in the cave and a male in the cave. So this male has 3 females. Do you have any tips on how to feed veggies, Susan? I only feed veggies like maybe once a month. And I do parboil my squashes and cucumbers. And I still have skewers. I have metal skewers that I use to stick vegetables. And I only feed, like I said, once a month, fresh vegetables. And because it does take them a while. The snails kind of compete like they have here. I need to get some more of these snails out. And that's what I do. I parboil so that they'll sink. And some people put fresh cucumbers and fresh zucchini in there. I don't feed the green beans because I have had problems remembering to buy some unsalted French green beans. So they also eat regular green beans. Thank you, Diego, for sharing my website. But I mainly use the algae wafers that I buy from Everything Aquatic. And I also have Rapashi Morning Wood and Rapashi Community blend. And the Morning Wood is good for the plecos, but the corridors don't really care too much for the Morning Wood. They would rather have the community gel foods. Any other questions? These have not been a problem breeding. You just have to wait for them to mature. And when they found out how it works, like I said, within 2 months, this is the third spawn. And the male, he'll dig up under the sand under this piece of wood, and he pretty much, when he's resting and eating, he'll stay underneath that piece of wood. But when he's ready to spawn, he comes out, goes in the cave, entices the females to come in. They lay the eggs, and then he's busy again being daddy. And these plants up here are frog bit that I had in my plant aquarium that was being fertilized just for growing plants, and their roots went from the top down to the bottom of the substrate. So any other questions that y'all have? I was going to get some guppies from an IFGA breeder, but his cost was more than what I was prepared for, so I have to put that on hold. This 10-gallon right here is ready with one more water change. That's where I'm going to put my fiery red cherry shrimp, Neocardinia shrimp. And I've ordered them from the Garden of Eder, Grant and Shelby. And Ed's picking up cichlids. We'll also, I'll be getting some fiery reds from him as well. So I don't have the YouTube end open. I'm only in StreamYard right now. So I don't know how many likes have been clicked, but please take time to click the like. And so right now I have my outside tub. It's a 150-gallon stock tub with 4 shabumpkins in it. Hey, Mark, Big Easy Support Group. Hello, everyone. Hello, Mark, and God bless you. Hey, New Local Austin, how you doing? Good to have you with us tonight. And yeah, I'm talking about my albino plecos. Have had a successful spawn. Dad's still in the cave right here. And there's about 2 dozen in there. And then you can see some on the glass. They're real teeny tiny, about 1/4 of an inch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think I've seen about a dozen out. And then inside the cave looks like there's another 2. And I did a water change, did some gravel vacuuming. I need to get some more of the ram's horn snails out of there because they sometimes will crowd up the openings of those caves. So they probably get on the eggs too. Skull Aquatics, how are you doing? And what's going on in your fish room? Thank you, Cassie B, for the thumbs up. And let me pull you over to the corridor. The TDS on this 20 long was almost 1,000. And I lost a Cory cat, so I assume there was maybe an ammonia spike or something, because I added 4 or 5 Cory cats at the same time. And so I've done 3 water changes and added another Amazon sword plant in the back. And looks like most of the duckweed has died off. Not all of it, but some of it. And growing more water wisteria in the 55 that I will share throughout my tanks. And I've got to do a nice trim on one of the Amazon swords so I can get it healthy looking again. Cassie B says, I couldn't hear if you blanch your zucchini or not. I call it parboil. So yes, blanching it. I pour water from my tea kettle over a small chunk for about a minute. Is that long enough or too long? It really doesn't matter. Some people don't blanch their vegetables at all. As long as you have a skewer to stick it in the substrate, they're going to eat the fresh or the blanched. And I've never had any problems with fresh or blanched. It's blanching it just helps it sink if you don't want to use skewers. And otherwise, use a skewer, put a fresh piece in there. Some say that pumpkin, I don't know if people remove the seeds or not. Don't know a whole lot about it, Cassie, but like I said, I only feed maybe once a month fresh vegetables. Other times they're eating the algae wafers or the rapashi, and I try to rotate. I haven't fed any frozen bloodworms lately, but every once in a while I'll rinse some frozen bloodworms and I'll drop them in the tanks, and they all enjoy a little protein. They don't need a lot of protein, but it helps with spawning if you want to get them spawning. What else y'all want to see? Hold on to your horses. My mic's gotten wrapped around my wheel. There we go. Now I'm going to turn around for the 55. Of course, the light is always bad on the 55. Sorry about that. It's a Marine Land 48-inch LED, and it was gifted to me. But you can see my real pretty koi, my koi boy, and my flash pleco stays over here on the other side of these PVC pipes. I have a nice grow out of some gold mystery snails. Anybody interested in some mystery snails? You're welcome, Cassie B, honey. I don't know any other. Some people feed their plecos green beans. Of course, snails and fish love green beans, but I don't know what it would do to the water quality. So I don't put a lot of fresh things in there that can break down and cause ammonia spikes. You know, our algae wafers and rapashi, it breaks down gradually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm counting the albino baby plecos. Dad's trying to move them out of the cave. I think Dad's been in there long enough. He needs to come out and get fed. But he's still taking care of them. I've been talking to Diego, and I'm going to be doing some product reviews. And oh, I see one on the wood. Good. Yeah, I see several on the outside of the cave now because he's been pushing them out of the cave. So yeah, they've their egg yolks have disappeared, so it's time for them to start grazing. Also, the 20-gallon right here has the best TDS. I think it was like 250. And it has a few of the blue-eyed lemon pleco fry in here and a small school of guppies, just some culls, and one large mystery snail. I have several Amazon sword plants, and then the bulb plant in the vase is the, how do you say it? A Penogenton vulgaris or something like that, and a piece of water wisteria in the back, and a piece floating at the top. And then I have some residue duckweed that's in there. And these are deep substrates as well, about 1.5 inches of gravel and 2 inches of black sand blasting sand from Tractor Supply. But I have a very special guest lined up Thursday night at 4 p.m. Central, 5 p.m. Eastern, and his name is Mitch from Scruffy City Aquatics. So put that on your calendar, and you can check the notifications later. Local Austin says, Susan, I have 2 100-gallon ponds, and I'm setting up. What filtration or substrate do you like or have success with? With my ponds, my 150-gallon has a mixture of substrates because when I was emptying out aquariums, I would drain as much water as I could, and then I was dumping all of the substrates into the pond. So it has pool filter sand, it has Eco Complete, it has different size gravels in it, and I pretty much leave it, and I don't do any cleaning of the substrate. And it's been out there for 2 years. I do at the beginning of the spring 80 to 90% water change, and at that time I'm also cleaning the muck out of the filter. I have a little filter box that I got off of Amazon, and it had like a 500 GPS power head pump in it, and I bought the kit from Home Depot or Lowe's with the tubes and the different nozzle, the bell and the spray, and the different adapters on it. And that's what I have on my 150-gallon. The other 40-gallon tub that I have has no substrate in it, but decayed leaf matter and mum that's in there. Been in there for 2 or 3 years. I haven't cleaned it out completely and started over. I've left water in it for 2 years to grow my duckweed and my frog bit, because I scoop it and feed my shabumpkins with that. So some people go bottomless, no substrate. And, I have a big rock in there as well. And then I have some brick. I don't have any cinder block, but I have some brick in there that helps lift the filter off of the substrate, and it keeps the power head pump from getting clogged so fast. And then I have the over-the-top aquaponic planter that has rocks and clay balls in it. And I have Java moss and just some wild plants that I've pulled up from the banks of the creek. I call it monkey grass, but I don't think it's really monkey grass. So, but good luck with your ponds. I really enjoy mine. I sit out on the porch and drink my coffee in the mornings. And of course, goldfish, they like to beg. So they get fed 2 and 3 times while I'm sitting there. I want to get a male. I need to get a male. I have 4 females. But I'm afraid to introduce because 3 or 4 years ago when I introduced some koi, they brought disease in and killed my goldfish off immediately. I mean, within 2 or 3 days, my goldfish were dead. But I didn't do a salt bath or anything, and now I know to do a salt bath. I thought about maybe putting a small pond on my front porch, but not really sure what to do. You can do a 20-gallon round pond tub, and you could get some red cloud minnows or white cloud minnows to put in it, or just put some stray guppies, some mutt guppies out there. And when they reproduce for you, you can maybe take them to a pet store that will trade for, food or store credit. Thank you, Diego, for sharing that link for Scruffy City Aquatics, May the 26th at 5 p.m. Eastern. Hit that reminder button now. Thank you so much, Diego. You're such a good help. Cassie says it would need to be a small container. It's a small porch. Okay. You can, believe me, of course, guppies reproduce pretty fast, but I would say at least put aquatic plants in there. And I would put a couple guppies because of the mosquito larvae being laid in the water, unless you have it moving with a waterfall feature or something. But I used a hang on the back filter my first year. Rod cut the lip out just wide enough for the hang on the back, a Whisper Tetra Whisper, I think it was a 20, a X20 or whatever. I forget how they're labeled. And I used that for 2 years until the motor burned up on the hang on the back. And yeah, you can use even planters, like concrete planters from Home Depot or Lowe's or your garden shop, and make a patio pond. You can put, like I said, some minnows in it or guppies. You need at least 20 gallons, I think, for one goldfish, but then one goldfish will be lonely. And that's why I went to the 40-gallon, because I was able to put 3 goldfish in the 40-gallon. And then they were growing and spawning. And then I got the 125-gallon preform pond given to me. And I had that for 2 years outside on the porch. And then it started having like a slow leak. And so I went and got the 150-gallon stock tub and moved everybody over to the stock tub. And I ended up giving the preform pond to my nephew because I told him if you just would seal it on the outside or even bury it with and put a liner in it, that he would be able to enjoy it with the kids. That sounds nice. I have one out back, but it gets ignored due to its location. Yeah, you want to put a pond or outside tub where you're going to be sitting, and so that you can really enjoy it. So in my backyard, we're too close to the railroad track, so we don't really sit out back, but we sit out on the front porch. And Rod and I were talking about rearranging the way the pond is sitting. Right now, it's sitting at an angle, and we were thinking about putting it more flush uh, to be, I guess, parallel with the wall. So we've been. I told him I wanted to get a 300-gallon so I could get some koi, but that's still not big enough for koi. A 300-gallon, I could really get like a nice school of goldfish. The shabumpkins that I have right now are beautiful in their colors, but I just don't have a male, and I have one female that's very egg bound. She almost looks deformed because she's so big around, and she's about 6 or 7 inches long, and she's a big girl. So yeah, I need to do a couple more water changes to get all of these TDS, total dissolved solids, down. And I guess I'll get my master test kit. And you want to check your expiration dates on the bottles. See, this one expired December 2020. So all of these need to be thrown out. Yep, all of these are 2020. So I'm not even going to use these. This one's 2021. So this kit's pretty much history. But I do have another one. Have I even had this one open? Nope. Any more questions? No. Okay. Yep, these are better. 2026. Yeah, I bought this other kit back in this one's 2025 on the high range pH, and 2025 on the pH solution, and 2026 on the nitrite solution, and 2026 on the nitrate solution, bottle number 2, and bottle. Thanks, Ma. You're welcome, New Local Austin. I hope that you get them going really soon so that we can see them, because I would love to see them and hear what you put in them. What are you planning to put in them, Austin? I call you Austin because it says New Local Austin, but I don't know if you're New Local Austin, Austin, Texas, or what. But I do need to do my API test kit and test the water qualities along with the TDS meter that I have. And I was gifted this TDS meter. It just says TDS -3, which has it has Fahrenheit, Celsius, and your TDS. And it takes the temperatures. But I do need to dry that out. So, got 15 minutes left of the broadcast. If you have any questions, please ask away. I don't know a whole lot about anything, but if I know something about something, I'll share it with you. Platies in unsure rainbow shiner or white clouds. Okay, that's going to be nice. It's going to add color. I want to know if anybody uses a bird net over their outside tubs and ponds. Mine's under a covered porch, so I haven't had any problems with any predators. But I do have some Carolina wrens that's decided to build a nest in the support column of the porch, and it's been adding some debris to the 40-gallon tub. So I'll be keeping an eye on that and maybe put in a box up there so that they can at least have their nest in a container that will contain all of it. Cassie says, I have a raccoon that visits my front porch. Ooh. Oh. It will definitely get in any tub, any water feature that you put on your porch. And because if it visits the porch without temptation, a water feature is going to add more temptation to it. I have squirrel, and I did have a stray dog come on the porch and carry off a bag of koi food that I left out, but he didn't chew it. He didn't chew it up real bad. Something scared him off before he got to tear into the bag. So I don't know if a bird net will keep a raccoon out of it or not. And if it's a small water feature, you really don't want to cover it up. So it's going to be trial and error for you, Cassie. I wish you the best. I feed an outdoor cat, and so he eats the leftover food. Yep, I was going to say, if you're feeding any kind of pet outside that's drawing the raccoon up, either you're going to have to stop feeding at that location or feeding at a different location. New Local Austin says, Cass, you could just get a small container and put hot dogs in it. I hear raccoons like to wash their hands in the water. That's cute. And I watched that guy that feeds like 24 raccoon on his back porch. He feeds them hot dogs and I think dog food and stuff. But they get kind of growly and hissy, and He treats them like a bunch of pets. And if one gets to fighting and cutting up too bad, he scolds them and won't let them come up on the deck. But thank you, Diego, for sharing my merch stores, links, my website, and the newsletter. Anybody wants to send me an article or a short story or a video link or anything about your hobby, uh, preferably aquatic, or any support articles for the Amazon Research Center for Ornamental Fishes, Project Piaba, CARES and BAP programs, etc. Anything about your local fish store or your local fish clubs, aquatic clubs, etc. Any upcoming events that you want to share with me that I can post in the newsletter. Oh, April came in. I'm sorry. Good to see you, April. I'm sorry I missed you earlier. Wow, I missed you over a half hour ago, April. Yes, I remember you at Aquatic Marine in Knoxville, Tennessee. Yes, I've been visiting your Facebook page and lurking around. Love you, girl. I don't know if you're still here or not, but like I said, I started tired and I've rambled. I've showed you all of my downstairs tanks. These are empty right here. These tins are empty right here, and the one on the bottom has gravel in it, but no water and no lights. And the 5 up here on the top, I'm sorry, the 5 up here on the top, I need to take that piece of wood out and do a good gravel vac, and then that one will be perfect for some shrimp as well. So I would love to look up there and look at red cherry shrimp. Diego says, better that they take your fish food and not your fish. A raccoon will take your fish. Yep. That's what I'm concerned about. Ed's picking up cichlids. It's in the house. Sorry, Susan just got in. Yeah, I've been talking about you. And that 5-gallon up here on the top, I'm going to do a nice little, I'm going to take the wood out with the Anubias on it and do a nice gravel vac. And I might put another 1/2 inch of gravel and put the wood back in there. And then that one this well established. It'll be good for the shrimp. I need to get all of the snails out of there. I have plenty of shrimp for you. Thank you. Yeah, Grant sent his. I should be getting it this week. And he is sending me fiery cherry reds as well. So if you want to give me a second strain of the fiery reds that I can cull the weak ones out and strengthen the line, I can swap some males out. That would be cool. So 8 more minutes left of the broadcast. If anybody has any more questions, I like to send out a bi-monthly newsletter. It's called the #FishFam Community Newsletter. I've been doing it for 2.5 years now. Any of the articles that you've missed, you can go to slc-aquatics.org website, go to the blog section, and you can go through any of those articles. I do believe for 2.5 years, there has to be at least a dozen to 2 dozen articles there. I have red really or painted fire cherry shrimp. Okay. I'm not sure if his was painted fire. He said fire cherry. So they could be painted fire cherry shrimp. But anyway, I'll keep them separate for right now. And then I can maybe use both colonies to strengthen the bloodline as they maybe outbreed or something like that. So that'll be fine. as long as they're neocardinia. I don't have knowledge of how to paint it, have their legs red. Okay. All right. That's fine. And, just shoot me an email and let me know once you get them packaged, how much shipping that I owe you. So let me know. No problemo. And I'm holding off on guppies for right now. And we will chat on Messenger. Okay. But everybody, I want to tell you again, thank you for hanging out with me tonight. Susan for SLC Aquatics. I'll be back Thursday. Hey, Chad, how you doing? Met Chad in Knoxville also. Susan and company. Thank you. Remind you that I will be back Thursday night at 4 p.m. Central, 5 p.m. Eastern. My very special guest will be Mitch of Scruffy City Aquatics. He's from the Eastern Tennessee area, and he'll be my special guest Thursday night. So y'all come and join us, get to know him, ask questions, and he's a very, very interesting, educated young man. Has a beautiful 75-gallon planted aquarium and more. And he helped form the Eastern Tennessee Aquatic Association Club there in Tennessee. So I'm an honorable member of the Tennessee Fish Mafia. And Chad says, oh, I missed it. Fashionably late as always. Yeah, I start at 6 p.m. or Central or 7 p.m. your time. So anyway, thanks guys so much for being with me tonight. You know me, hashtag FishFamMom, signing off. And until next time, God bless you. See you Thursday. Bye.